Hey, welcome back to the Crabby Dice. Today we're going to do the playthrough for Deus. If you want to see my rules and setup video, click on the link below. Before we start, please like, subscribe, comment on my videos. That would be amazing. So in all my playthrough videos, before we start, I like to give a short little review before we get started. So this game, we're leaders of ancient civilizations. We're placing our tokens around, but mostly it's a tableau builder, and I love tableau builders, you know. It's just like an engine builder. You're just comboing stuff together, getting cards that will combo off other cards, and it makes you feel amazing. This is going to be a short review because there's only one huge negative. This game is a gigantic dumpster diving game. Alright, you're just going through the deck at least once, trying to make the deck work for you, right? So in all dumpster diving games, there's one massive negative. If you don't draw the cards that you want, you're gonna lose. There's no way around it, right? So if you're building a certain strategy but you don't draw the temple, or you're drawing cards that don't work for the strategy you're trying to do, try to make the best of it, but you're not gonna win, right? But Billy on the other side of the table can draw the perfect cards for everything he's trying to do. Pick up a temple at the end of the game to score for swamps, and he's already in 3 swamps, so he builds it and he gets 12 points right there. It could be a little aggravating, I realize that, but overall, some of the positives are the game is short anyway. I would say in about an hour with 3 experienced players, you can easily play it. The dumpster diving effect is a bit minimized because you're going through the deck multiple times, or a lot of times you're drawing a ton of cards in this game, so you'll eventually find a card that'll work for you. Other negatives, these rounded boards, I don't know who thought this was a good idea. Horrible. The circles are nice and everything, but the aesthetic ends up looking great, but I'm not a fan of these circle corners. If they were to reprint this, change the art on the board, make them not circular areas, make them hexagons like every other game, and it'll be fantastic. What else? Oh, one of the things I do love about the game is because it is a dumpster diving game, almost every couple of rounds you're going to get a fresh new hand. So you're going to look it over. It's like a new surprise every time, right? You're going to look it over, try to make the best you possibly can, best decisions you can to score as many points with the cards that you got. Alright, let's finish this off. On 6, what do I give this game? It's one of my go-to tableau builders. I'm going to... People are going to hate me for saying this, but I love it better than Wingspan. I mean, Wingspan is the same effect. You're dumpster diving, but you're not drawing that many cards during the game, so you can get really hosed with the cards. And this one, you're drawing so many cards, you're going to find something you like, right? It's more akin to something like Race for the Galaxy, where you're also drawing a ton of cards. So eventually you'll find something you like. That being said, I do like this better than Race and Wingspan, so I give it personally a 4 out of 6. Just the dumpster diving effect lowers the points because it's not a nice mechanic. You can just lose by not drawing what you want, and somebody else can win just off chance. Alright, so let's go straight to the playthrough. I'll show you how it works. Alright, welcome to the Deus playthrough. So I'm going to be playing 3 players, so I'll be down here, 2nd and 3rd players up there. So this is the map, those are resources. If you didn't see the rules and setup video, click on the link below. If not, just follow along. I'll just explain the game as I go. Alright, so the game is a tableau builder and basically an engine builder. So those cards that you're going to be putting down are going to trigger over and over again. So I've already dealt out the 5 cards to every player. So let's look at our starting hand and we'll sort of decide what we want to do. So remember, on your turn, you basically only have 2 options. You're either going to play a card in your tableau by paying its cost, or you're going to make an offering, which includes just discarding as many cards as you want from your hand and invoking a god power. Alright, so we'll get to that when we do, but let's just look at our hand right now. So this I sort of just draw some cards randomly off the deck. So I got a school, which is a scientific building. That's how you can tell. There's different types on the top left there. And the iconography is really good in this game. So this one says draw 1 card per region, at least 2 buildings of your color. So if I had any region with 2 buildings, so in this game you are allowed to build multiple of your buildings in all the regions. So let's add 2 buildings here. When I invoke this power, let me draw an extra card. Right? There you go. Yeah, there you go. This one, it's not bad. This one is just a point generator. That's most of these brown ones, they generate you lots of points. So this one just lets you generate points. This one is expensive though, because we start with 1 of each resource, just to let you know. So this one's kind of expensive, and it's probably not that useful at the beginning of the game unless I build my first building in a swamp. Then it'll trigger itself and I'll get a point. We'll see. Maybe not the best card. I love to start with a production building right off the bat because they let you get more resources. So this one is choose a mountain with one of your production buildings, earn 1 stone for each building in this mountain, right? So if I build my first building in a mountain and then put multiple buildings in that mountain, whenever this thing would trigger, I would generate a ton of stone. So right, focus. So all the buildings in that mountain, I get that much stone. So this one I think I'm gonna build right away. Let's see what else we have here. Another brown building here. Gain 3 gold per forest. Oh, this one's not bad too. This one will allow me to get a lot of money by building in forests. Unfortunately, unless I build there's no other forest near the edge of the board. Alright, so you gotta look at that too. Oh, there's one here. But then I'm landlocked because there's only sea spaces around me. We'll see. And then I got a temple. These are always useful. These are always endgame scoring cards. So just read the text. This one is at the end of the game, gain 4 VP per region with at least 4 buildings of your color. Alright, so if I had a region with 4 buildings inside, hey, guess what? 4 points. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, just to show you how the game works, I'm going to build this building. Alright, so whenever you build a building, you got to check 2 things. Alright, first thing you're going to check is if you have a building of that type available on your board. Of course I do. I got 2 to start the game for every type. That's fine. Second thing is you pay the cost. So here's going to cost me 3 gold and 1 stone. I'm going to pay 1 stone to the bank and 3. And now I get to build this. So I'm going to play it right here. So it always goes in the column of the building type. So this is a production building, so it's always going to go in this type. Now, before I activate the card, I get to play out the actual building itself. So let's go to the game board. So ideally, I'm going to play this in a mountain space because it's going to generate me some stone. So I got a ton of choices. I can build it there, 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 and I can build it there. Wow. So I think what I'm going to do is, because I have that other card that's for forests, maybe I'm going to start going this way. And also a lot of the high point barbarian villages are around here. So if I can snake my way through here, that'd be great. So I'm going to play this here. I'll play them on their side so you can see what it is. And now I activate my buildings in order. So because I only got 1, I'll activate it itself. So it says choose a mountain. Well, we already know what it says. Choose a mountain with at least 1 of your production buildings. Earn 1 stone for each building in that mountain. Obviously I only have 1 building. I'm going to choose this one. So I'm going to gain 1 stone back. So the stone that I spent, I'll just get it back. There you go. So I got the stone back. And there you go. That was my turn. So I'll put back my cards in my play area. And I'll play the first couple of turns for everyone, and then I'll start skipping their turns once you start getting into the groove of how things go. So this is going to be second player here. So it looks like he ended up with 2 temples and a military guy and a couple of ships. So let's read these in ships first, and then we'll read the temples last. Alright, so let's go. So this one is sell up to 6 clay for 1 VP. So the ships deal with a lot of trading, so it's a lot of giving up resources for points, or giving up money for points, or paying money for something. So it's like trading. So it's not great to get at the start of the game unless you really know what you're doing. This one's not bad though. Buy up to 3 resources of your choice for 1 gold each. This one is really good. So let me maybe build that one. So I won't build this one. So let me put that down. Now what's this one? This one says, move 1 of your army 0 to 4 regions. It can traverse enemy or barbarian land regions without stopping. It can traverse. Okay, so this one just moves your warriors around, which is pretty good, but at the start of the game, not the best. And then he's got a couple of temples, which he's not going to build off the start of the game. That would be a horrible idea. So I think what he's going to do, he's going to build his shipyard thing here. Not this one. This one. Alright, so obviously he has the token available, and he's just going to pay these resources. So he's going to pay a wheat and a wood. So he's going to pay a wheat and a wood. Let's put him there for now. And he's going to build this. And he's going to get to play his little token here. So for your first placement, there is a rule that you can't be within 2 spaces of anyone else. So he can't go here, or here. He has to start on an outer edge, right? But besides that, you can basically go anywhere else. But a ship has a special rule that it has to go in water. So We're only really looking at this spot, or this spot. Don't really love his choices. I think though what he might do is go over here so he can start getting like a monopoly on this area up here. So let's start with that and we'll see how things go. So some rules, if you didn't watch my video, for the sea spaces, ships can only go in the sea spaces and that's it. They can't go in land spaces, and all your other buildings can't go in sea spaces. So they're kind of a unique type of building for that region. Alright, so that was second player. So the turns move quite fast. If you're looking at your hand and you sort of know what you're going to do, by the time it hits your turn, you know what you're going to do. The turns can go quite fast. So again, this player here got 2 scientific buildings and 2 ships as well. So let's look at some of these. Oh, I forgot to activate his building. Duh. Alright. I don't have a camera on his thing, but he's going to trigger his power. Sorry about that. So it's here. It's... You can buy up to 3 resources for 1 gold each. So I think what he's going to do, he's going to spend 3 resources. Well, 3 gold, not 3 resources. And I think what he's going to do is, looking at the other cards in his hand, I think he's going to get a stone, a wheat, and a wood. So he's got a ton of resources. He can build something really good. Okay, so now let's go to third player. Let's go to his hand. So again, those ships. So this looks like another stone for money. This one is the same exact one. So 3 resources, 1 gold each. I think he's might build this one too. So I'm gonna put on the side. And this one is earn 1 VP per red card you have played in your tableau. Oh, pretty good if you have a lot of red cards, but at the start of the game, kind of pointless. And gain 2 buildings per region with at least 3 buildings. This is great for generating those buildings. And then he's got a temple. At the end of the game, gain 1 VP per region with at least 1. Alright. So that's his hand. He's going to play the exact same card. I think there's 3 copies of each card in the game, approximately. So he's going to do the same thing. He's going to pay a wood and a wheat. There you go, wood and a wheat. He's going to play the card. He's going to play his token. So now he really has no choice. He either has to go here or go here. Alright, those are his only options, because 2 away from him would block off these 2 spots, and well, there's no other sea regions. So I think he's going to try to go as far away from everyone as possible, and he's going to go over here. Next, he's going to trigger the ability. He's going to do the exact same thing. He's going to pay $3. He's going to get a wood, a wheat, and a stone. Boom. Done. That was turn 1. Quick. Now we're going to go back to me. Let's go take my hand of cards back. Alright. So do we remember these cards? Probably not. Let's refresh our memories here. So, draw 1 card per region with at least 2 buildings. So what are my options here? Could I actually build this? It needs a clay. I have 1 of each resource, so I'm going to be okay for that. I could build this one. This is what I'm thinking about building, because I can go to the next space here, which is a forest, and I can put this thing in, which will allow me to get 3 gold, which is what I'm going to do. Actually, I did forget one thing in turn 1. Sorry, no, I didn't forget anything. So I'm going to build him, and it's going to cost me 1 wood. So let's go to my tableau, and I'll show you how that's done. I'm going to go here. I do have a building available, so I'll be able to build this. Then I have to spend a wood, which I do have right here. I'll spend it. Now I get to put this on the game board. So at the start of the game, just a strategic hint, you just sort of want to spread out as much as you can, because once those spots start getting filled up, you can't go back in, right? So if I build this within the same spot, I'm not blocking anyone. I'm still covering only 1 space. But if I keep spreading out, I'm sort of blocking spots for other players as well, because we can't occupy the same region. Alright, opponents won't be able to build in here. And now this is great. I'm next to 2 barbarian camps, so as long as I have a warrior in here, he counts as attacking both. So that'll be great. Alright, now that I placed it, I'll go trigger the card. The card says gain 3 gold per forest that I occupy. Hey, guess what? I own 1 forest, so I'll get 3 gold. 1, 2, 3. There you go. I'll add that to my tableau. Boom. And now we'll go to player 2. So we'll play a couple of more of their turns and then we'll start skipping them. So let's look at their cards again. All right, what do they want to do? I think because they're sort of in no man's land over here and they want to get a footing on some more strategic areas, I think what they're going to do is play their warrior card, which lets them move. And I think that'll be helpful for them because their warrior piece still counts as a place you can build adjacent to. So if he moves it near the middle of the board, he'll have a better area to deploy his other buildings. Okay, so that's what he's going to do. He's going to deploy this one. So it's going to cost him a clay and a wheat. So he's going to pay that. He does have this token available. Obviously, we just started the game, so we don't really need to check. He's going to play this in his tableau. All right. And he's going to deploy this right over here. Now, the card's going to activate, and the card says it can move 0 to 4 regions. That's it. That's its power. All right. So what I think I'm going to do is just move him 0 to 4 regions. I think he's going to go grab this spot right over here, which is next to 2. Or let me see. Where else can he go? He can go right over here, which would be an awesome spot to sort of, he can get all these regions around here set up and sort of monopolize everything above the board over here. Because he knows I'm coming up this way and green will probably come up this way. So if he cuts up a line right here, he gains everything above here. So let him do that. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Oh, there you go. And he's going to stay there. So there you go. That was his turn. So let's give him back his cards. Let's go to third player. All right. Let's look at him. So he's over here in the corner, which is not the best. Okay, there's a rule in the game that you can spend 3 points. It's kind of expensive. 3 points to deploy your building anywhere else on the outer edge. All right. So if you don't want to play adjacent to anything that you currently have on the board, you can pay 3 points to start anywhere else. Okay, but it's really expensive and it's rarely done. All right. So this deals with 3 buildings of any type in the same region. Not useful right now. Red cards, not useful right now. Sell stone. I mean, he could do this because he took a ton of stone when he triggered his. He needs a way to make money, so when he triggers his other boat, he can spend it. And this one is at the end of the game, 1 PP per region, or at least 1. Okay, so what I think he's gonna do, he's gonna invoke a god's power. He's gonna make an offering. So I'll show you how that's done. So instead of building a building, you can invoke a god's power. So I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna go ahead and say to the other players, I have 2 cards. I'm discarding 2 cards, and the god that I'm gonna invoke is the scientific one, which is the yellow one. I'll teach you how that works. So this is gonna go into the discard pile. And now, the first thing that's going to happen, well, I'll show you on my board because I can't show you on his board. That offering is explained down here. So the first thing that's going to happen is he's going to get another of these tokens in his supply. So we're going to go to his board. He's green. So let's go up here and grab another of these cylinders and give him this. And now the yellow one is, after refilling your hand up to 5, you'll get an extra card for each offering that you made. All right. So he currently had 2 cards in his hand, so he's going to draw 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And his offering was 2, so he's going to draw 2 more. Boom. And there you go. That was his turn. Let's go back up to me. I'm probably going to do the same exact thing. So let's look at my hand. So now I got these cards. So where am I on the board? I'm here. So are any of these goods working for me? Are any of these cards working for me right now? So I got this one is the 2 cards per building. Not the best. Gain 1 VP per swamp. Is there a swamp near me? Yeah, I can go actually build it in here. Maybe score VPs. But it's really expensive and I don't have the 2 stone. I'd have to spend 4 coins to get that extra resource. And then I got a wild. So what I think I'm going to do is do the same thing that player 3 did, just to get a lot of cards so I can be more flexible going forward. But I think what I'm going to do is get rid of all my cards. Alright, so I'm gonna say to the other players, I'm discarding 3 cards, and I'm gonna also invoke this god or make an offering to this god. So that's 3. So just like the other player, I'm gonna go ahead and take another cylinder. If I can find it. Here you go. Oops. So I am offering to this god, so I'm gonna obviously get another cylinder because that's what it says down here. And then I'm gonna draw. So I'm gonna draw 5 cards no matter what. 2, 3, 4, 5. And because I discarded 3 cards, I draw 3 more. 1, 2, 3. We'll look at those cards in a little bit. Now I'll go to this player, and I think I'll play one more turn for those 2 players, and then I'll start skipping them, just showing you my turn, because you sort of get the game flow right now. So let's see this player, and most likely he'll do an offering as well, because he's not going to want to build this. So this is the blue player, so he can build another ship. Clay for a point, that's not useful right now, and I don't think he wants to build a temple right now, but he's gonna need to use a temple to make an offering to the yellow god, the same ones that we did. So what he's gonna do, he's gonna take one of these 2. I think he's gonna keep the there's more stone. I think he's gonna keep the stone one and get rid of the woodland one, or the prairie one. So he's gonna keep this card, and he's gonna do the exact same thing. So he's gonna announce to everyone, I'm discarding 2, but the temple one here is a wild. So he's gonna, instead of saying a wild, he's gonna say yellow, right? So but it's a 2, so he's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna discard this, he's gonna go into the supply and get one of those cylinders as well. Boom, he's gonna get that. And he's going to draw 7 cards, so the 5 plus the 2 from the offering to the yellow god. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll give that to him. And that's his card from before. Actually, would have drawn 1 less because he was carrying over a card. And now we'll finally do his last turn before I start skipping their turns. So, wow, he has a ton of cards. So what does he want to do? He most likely does want to build a production building. Those are always great at the beginning of the game because they generate you resources. So I got 1 for clay and 1 for wood. Hey, look at that. There's a wood spot right next to him. So I think for sure he's just going to build this. So that's going to cost him, oops. That's going to cost him $3 and a wood. So let me get rid of that. It's going to give him wood and $3. Oh, he doesn't have $3. He can't even build this. Let's give him that back. Whoops. Oops. Losing track of my hands. There you go. So, what else can he build? What else can he do? Can he generate money? Sell stone for... Alright. This is what he's gonna do. Alright, he's gonna build this, which is another C space, which is fine because he's next to one right here. So he's gonna pay 1 wood. So he's gonna pay 1 wood right here. He's gonna put this in his tableau. And basically now, he's gonna put his token on the board. And now I'll show you how his tableau is triggered. So this is his current stack of blue buildings. Alright. So he played this on his first turn, which is that building right there, and then he played this, which is the second. When you start activating your buildings, you always start from the bottom and you work your way up. Okay, so he's going to trigger his bottom part first. So I think what he's going to do is definitely going to get another stone, because then he can convert it to coins. So he's going to spend his 2 last coins. Alright. He's going to get a stone. And he doesn't have wood, so he's going to get a wood. There you go. He's going to take these 2. And then he triggers this top one, which is get rid of a stone. And he's going to get 4 coins. So already he's got a nice little combo going here on his blue buildings. So now I'm going to put this back on his play area. So there you go. That was his turn. That was 2 turns I did. Or 3 turns. So I'll come back. I'll start doing my turns. I'll start skipping their turns and you'll see how the game flows. Alright, so this is what, my 4th action? It's not really turns, it's more like action, and we'll see how things go. So I'm going to start skipping their turns like I said. So let's look at the new cards that I just got last round when I invoked the god here. So this is sell wood for, this is money. Yeah. I do generate a lot of wood, so this one's not bad to do. Actually, I don't generate a lot of wood, I generate stone. So if I go to my board here, I generate stone. So if I got a ship that was for stone, that would be awesome. Then I did get another quarry, which is not good. Probably discard that. I got a production building here, but this is one of the shittier ones. You can basically pick any space region that you're in and just take one of that resource type. It's alright. Oh, this one's pretty good. I can activate a blue building. This is getting more building tokens. This is activating a red building. This one is stealing $2. And finally, 3 gold if I'm in a swamp. Oh, that's not bad. I can go here. I'm in a swamp. Not bad, not bad. So I think what I'm gonna do, what should I do? I got 2 options. Let's look at my 2 options here. I can either build a swamp right over here, so I can gain 6 gold this turn because this card will trigger. So if I look at my tableau, if I build this here, my bottom card is going to trigger and make $3, and this card is going to trigger, I'll make $3 again. But I might wait on that because if I do place another token on a forest space, this one's going to trigger for $6, and then this one's going to trigger for another $3, so I'll make an extra $3. So what I'm going to do is actually play my warrior first in a forest space, and then play this maybe next turn. So let me show you how that's done. This is just a warrior piece. It's going to cost me a stone and a wheat. So I'm running low on resources, so a stone and a wheat here. And put that in here. Get rid of those resources. So this one, I get to put a token on the board. So I'm going to place it right here. I'll show you why in 2 little seconds. When you trigger it, it says choose one of your armies, steal 2 gold from each opponent occupying at least 1 region adjacent to this army. Hey, guess what, Blue? I'm adjacent to you. So from Blue, I'll steal 2 coins from him. Let me go to his thing. And I just stole his last 2 coins. He's probably going to hate me and come after me next. Alright, that was my turn. I'll come back when it's my turn again. Alright, so what happened since we were gone? So Blue put out another army and moved these guys away from me so I can't steal gold, which sucks because I'll show you what I wanted to do. And Green seems to just be moving along in this section here. He does have a production building for wood over here. Alright, well what I wanted to do was build this card and then activate a red card which would allow me to steal another 2 gold, but sort of moved this guy out, so now I can't do that anymore. I don't have blue, so I don't want to build that. I don't have any regions of 3, so I don't want to build that. I could build this. It's kind of a terrible building, but that's an option. I don't want to really build another quarry because there's no stone place around me. Unless I pay 3 victory points to either build here, here, or here. Which is not terrible, but I'd rather not spend points for nothing. This one is just spend wood for money, but I don't even have wood. And then this one is the clay one that I would want to build. So I got 2 choices here. I can produce something in a region or I can get money. I think I'm gonna build this one so I can build in that spot right there, so I can sort of gain a stranglehold on the middle of the map. Alright, plus when I trigger my trading post I have 3/4, so I'm gonna get 9 gold, which is insane. Alright, so I'll build this. It's gonna go here. I do have 1 more token available, so that's fine. It's going to cost me only 1 gold. It's not a very good building. Put that back. I'm going to put this on the board. And I'm going to place it right over here. Now I'm going to trigger my tokens in order. So this is going to allow me to get 1 stone, because I have only 1 building on that spot. And this one will allow me to get 1 resource from any resource building type that I have on the board. So I'll pick this one. So I'm going to get 1 stone and 1 wood. 1 stone and 1 wood. This is my tableau now. Let's go to blue. Alright, this is going to be a fast turn for me. I looked over my cards. I'm not a real fan of any of them, so I'm going to discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them with the resource building on top here, green. Because what green's going to give me is not only another token of this type, but other resources. So I only have 3 right now, so I can get a ton of them. So I'm going to discard 6 cards. So that's going to give me one of those, one of these buildings, and 6 tokens of my choice. So I don't have any wheat left, so I think I'm going to take maybe 3 wheat. I generate wood and stone, so maybe I'll get a clay. That's 4. And let's do another clay and another wood. So no stone for me. Let's do that. Put that in my tableau down here. And I get another of these buildings. Where did I put it? Right here. And there you go. That was a quick turn. We'll be back. Alright, my 7th action. So blue built there and green is going this way. Got a bunch of coins for the stone here, and blue actually got victory points for his regions with stone. So I'm looking at my hand now. I'm still not a fan of my hand, so this game should have been called Deal With It, because, you know, sort of a bit of a luck fest, drawing off the top of the deck and seeing what you can get. So this one lets me sell wheat for VP. I got a lot of wheat now, but the problem is I don't generate wheat, so that's going to be a tough sell. This one lets me get it for gold, which I don't need gold right now. I produce a ton of gold. I got another of these terrible buildings, which I only get 1 resource. I got this one, which isn't bad. 2 stone for each of your production buildings built in mountains. So if I build it here, I'll generate 4 stone. But the problem is, I need a combo with stone. I don't need just a ton of stone. Sure, it's going to give me 2 victory points at the end of the game having the most stone, but for right now, I don't find it useful. And this one's not bad. It's having 3 buildings in the same region is going to score me a point. This might be good later on in the game. I mean, I don't want to invoke... I can't even invoke the yellow god. Oh my god, this is terrible. Let's see, I can get money if I invoke blue god. I can get more resources if I do this god. And I can get victory points with this one. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is just get 3 victory points with this. I got to build in the sea eventually anyway, so might as well do it now. So I'll build this one. So I'll give up a... let's go to my tableau. I have a token, which is fine. I have to give up a clay and a stone. These 2. Right, then I put one of my ships out. So now, I got a couple of options here. I can either build it here so I can surround it over here, or I can build it here so I can surround it here. I think I'm going to go for this one first because my warrior is here. He's not really affecting this one right here, so I'm going to put it right over there. Alright, and now I get to trigger the card. So I get to sell wheat for 1 VP. I mean, I might invoke this god next turn to go get more resources. So I'll just sell all my wheat, that's fine. So I get 3 resources. So I get rid of this. I mean 3 victory points. Put this in here. So I get 3 points. Take one of these. They're supposed to be hidden, but I'll show you. Alright, that was my turn. I'll come back once my go. Alright, should be another fast turn. Both other players did some offerings, and guess what? I'm going to do one too. So I'm going to do it for 4. I'm going to do the same exact thing, production buildings again. So 4, what resources do I want? I think I'll take maybe 3 wheat and 1 clay, or 4 wheat. You know what? Yeah, let's do 4 wheat. I can exchange it for victory points. Let's just go crazy with wheat. Oops. Anyway, that was my go. I'll come back. Alright, I did forget to draw my 5 cards at the end of my turn. There you go. So let's look at my cards now. Do I get something better? Who knows? Alright, let's see. This is oh, the dollar for any resource that I want, thing that everyone else has. Per field. Am I in any field? I am not in it, although I can build it here. Get more money. Do I really need more money? I don't think so. This one is gain 1 building if I have a region with 2 buildings. I can build this in any region and it'll basically trigger because I'll have 2 buildings in an area, which isn't bad. Maybe I'll do that. This one is 4 in a region. Not gonna happen. And I got a temple. VP per field. Hey, I'm in no fields again. Oh man, what do I want to do? So what I can do is I have an option. I can build this other ship right over here, and I'll trigger this ship to sell my wheat, and then this one will allow me to buy some wheat maybe, but at least I'll be 1 step closer to gaining all these victory points. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna trigger this. So I'm gonna put on my tableau. There we go. I do have a boat. So I'm gonna pay a wood and a wheat. there goes a victory point. And I'm going to place this right over here. Now I'm going to go back to my tableau and trigger them in order. So I can turn in wheat for a victory point. So might as well do it. I'll turn in all three. 3 more points. So I can reach these victory point shits. Here we go. So I'm on my way. And then I trigger the top part where I can spend money for resources. And I have a ton of cash. So I can do it up to 3 times. So I'll spend $3. I'll take $2 back. And I can take any 3 resources I want. I guess what I'm going to take. I think I'm going to take... let's see. I think I'm going to take 3 wheat again. Why not? Just going to keep exchanging it for victory points. There you go. Alright, that was my go. I'm going to come back. Alright, blue built a building here and green built a building there. And I just realized something. Maybe my move was kind of dumb last turn because I'm sort of completing his circle for him. So all he really needs is 1 warrior anywhere around here and this will score for him. There's no real way for me to get a warrior in here at this point unless I can get one moved here. But looking at my cards, I don't even have a warrior card, so that's not going to happen. So I think my goal is to, I'll show you how it works. I'm going to build something here so that I can completely cover this and score all the points in between there. So I'm looking at my hand, and I think the most logical thing was just to build this building here, which gives me 3 coins for every prairie place that I'm on. So I'll build this. I do have a token. So this costs a wood. I do have a wood. Go place it on the board. So I'm going to obviously just place it here. Now, we're going to activate the cards and then I'll come back to activate the barbarian village. So I'll go get the cards. So now I'm going to get 3 gold for every wood place I'm on, and then 3 for every prairie place. So on wood I'm on 1, 2, 3, and prairies 1. So that's 4 times 3. I'm going to get 12 gold. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 gold. Put that on my tableau. And now, because we've encompassed all the areas around the village and there's a warrior there, the majority, whoever has the most warriors is going to gain this. It's obviously just me because I'm the only one there. So I'm going to gain all these reserves, all these points. Boom. And that's how those get scored. Obviously next turn green's going to gain this, and maybe blue's going to gain something up there later. So just go in my little pot here. Maybe I'll consolidate these points before I come back, but basically that's my turn. I'll be back. Alright, my next turn. This is quite pitiful. I don't really like any of my cards. I do like this card though. It scores me 4 points for every plane I'm on, and if I'm already on 1, and if I can gain this one and maybe that one, or you know, spend 3 points to get this one, and I net 1 point or go up there, I can keep it. But my other 2 cards are not really great. So what I'm going to do is worship the yellow god to try to draw a ton more cards, and hopefully they'll help me out. So I'll do it for 2. So I'll put 2. I go get another token, another of these spheres or cylinders. And then I'm going to draw at the end of my turn, so I'm going to redraw up to 5, 3, 4, 5, and I get to draw 2 more because that's what the yellow offering lets me do. There you go. There's my turn, quite fast. Let's go to the other guy. Alright, so blue went to get a ton of money, and green actually kind of screwed me over and built one of his buildings here by using 3 victory points, which sucks because I did keep this card because I did want to build there to get points, and now I might not build that in the future. So these are the new cards I got last turn. So remember I drew 7 cards from the god. So what I think I'm going to do is build either this card, which allows me to move an army 4 spaces, or this card, which allows me to move all my armies 2 spaces. Sorry, this is 4 spaces, this is 2 spaces. So ideally what I want to do is maybe move this warrior closer to this region here, and maybe build another warrior in this region here, or move both warriors around this region so I'm almost guaranteed to score this barbarian scoring. Maybe that one actually makes more sense. Alright, so that's what I'll do. So I think what I'm gonna do is, do I play the one that's only 2 movement or 4 movement? So I think I'll just move this one here. No, this one here. It's cheaper, and I just need 2 movement to get on this side here. So I'm gonna go to my tableau. I'm running out of buildings here, so probably my next turn I'm gonna maybe pray to this god so I can get some more buildings on it. So I'm gonna build this, so I do have 1 available, and it's gonna cost me a wheat. There you go. Now I get to put this on the game board, and I think I'm gonna put it right over here for now, because look what's gonna happen. I'll lay him down so you can actually see what it does. Now I'm gonna trigger my cards. Alright, so this card at the bottom says, choose one of your armies, steal 2 gold from all the neighbors around it. So now I have a choice. I can either pick this army to steal 2 gold from green, or pick this army to steal 2 gold from blue. Who has more money? I think I'm gonna go steal from green, because they only have 3 coins left and blue has a ton of cash. So maybe I'll mess with his plans by stealing some of his money. So I'll do that. Boom, just stole 2 of his dollars. And next I trigger the top bar. It says move all my armies 2 spaces. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm definitely gonna move this guy to here. And I think I'm gonna move this guy down to here. Actually, you know what? I'm moving down to here. The reason I'm doing that is now I'm 2 warriors around this spot here, or this encampment or village. So I'm almost guaranteed to score this. And I don't want to build here because I sort of want them to help me to fill it up so the score's faster. So now I just need a ship over here and maybe another building here, and I'll be able to score all these points. Alright, so let me do their turns, I'll be back. Alright, so blue went and get a ton of, what did he do? No, he went to make an offering to the red god to get a bunch of buildings, and green did the same thing but for money. So you got a ton of cash because he had no more cash because I stole his money, and he hates me for it. Alright, back to my go. What did I want to do? So I'm looking at my hand here, and I have a lot of stuff that deals with wheat now, and it sucks that I threw away that temple that dealt with wheat. That would have been awesome now. But I think I might combo these 2 cards together to the best of my ability, and maybe get this one as well. So this one lets me get wheat, and this one lets me score for every wheat place I have, and this is for every 3. So I think I'm gonna start, because we are like maybe 4 or 5 turns from the end, because I mean, if you build a warrior here, this one's gone, and then these 2 space, well, 1 more space, 2 more spaces, then this is gone, and here 1 more space, well, 2 more, but it includes here, and this is gone, and this has 2 more spaces as well. So when all that's gone, we're gonna start running out of time. So I'm gonna start maybe building temples soon. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna build this building just so I can start generating wheat, and then maybe build this one next so I can start generating points, and then after that start building a temple. Then we'll see from there. So I'll build this. Go to my tableau. I'm gonna put it here. I do have this token available, it's right here. Now this is going to cost me 3 and a wheat, but it gives me back a wheat, but I'll just take it anyway. So 3 and a wheat. Now where do I want to put it? Now I do want to spread out a bit more, so I think I'm going to put it here, just in case I do get that temple back. That allows me to score for wheat. So I'm going to put it here. Plus I'll be able to add more buildings here in the future so I can get more wheat production. So I'm placing here. And now I'm going to trigger all of these in order. So stone, I'm just going to generate actually 2 stone because I got 2 guys in here. So I'll generate 2 stone because of this. Then this one's going to generate me a wheat. But this one I get to pick whatever I want. So in order I get 2 stone, whatever I like, and a wheat. So I get 2 stone, a wheat. And I can take a wood, a wheat, or a stone for my 3rd one. And I think because I want to build a temple soon, I might want to get a wood, so I have 1 of each resource to pay for that. So I'm going to get a wood from this production building here. That's what this guy did right here. So there you go. Now I'm ready to build a temple. Maybe next turn, maybe the turn after, who knows. Alright, let's go to blue, we'll come back. Alright, well that was an interesting turn. So blue built his warrior here and picked up those victory points, and then he uses power to move his warrior down. So now he's got a stranglehold on this one too. So that's interesting. And then green did a shipping here, and he just got 6 victory points because he turned in a bunch of resources for points. So now back up to me. So looking at my hand, I actually like all my cards for once. They're really good. So I can get 2 points with this card because I'm on 2 planes, or even this one will also generate me 2 points because I'm gonna have 2 regions of 2. So I have regions of 2, and if I build this anywhere, let's say here, I would have another region of 2, so that's another 2 points. Or I can start building a temple for wheat, score me some points. But what I think I'm gonna do is start using these buildings to start generating me some points. So which one should I build first? Which one should I build? And these ones are going to combo nicely with the buildings I already have, because I already have 2 buildings here and they're going to generate me so much gold. So let's build let's build. Can I get into any other prairie spot? Not really. So I think I'm going to actually trigger this one because there's a better chance I get more double spaces than prairie spots. I mean, I could spend victory points to go here or up there, but I'm spending 3 victory points to get to net 1. Not the best. So let me build this one. Here you go. So I'm gonna build it here. So I do have that available. It's this one here. I'm gonna pay the cost, 1 stone, 1 wheat. Whoop. I'll get that later. Now we're going to go to the game board, and I think what I want to do is maybe double up on a spot I already have so I can generate an extra point. So what I'm going to do is actually go right over here. So if I move my warrior out of there, if I need to, I still own that spot. Alright, so now I'm going to trigger my cards in order. So how many forest spaces I'm on? I'm on 2. How many plains pieces I'm on? I'm on 2. So that's going to generate me $12. Wow. That's a lot of money. So that's $12. I'm rich. And then I triggered my top card. So I generated these 2. Now this one, for every 2, I gain a point. So I have 2 here, and I have 2 here, so that's going to be 2 points. 1, 2. Put them here. Put them here, and that's my turn. So I'll go blue. We'll come back. All right, welcome back. So blue did an offering for resources, and green built one of his tokens here, which now with 3 in the area, now he gets to draw 2 cards every time he does a yellow building, which is pretty good. So let's jump back up to me. So I got these 2 cards left. Well, 3, but really 2. I don't really mind building any of these. They're pretty good. This one lets me build for every 3 of my buildings in a region, and this one lets me score for my planes. I am on 3 planes, but I think I want to take a temple out right now. Alright, so let's teach you how temples work. I'm going to build a temple. Alright, so this one's going to score me 3 points for each of my regions with 3 buildings of your color. Alright. Yeah, so I'm going to build this. So it's going to cost me 1 of each resource. So the first one, the requirement is, there's no requirement. You already have a 0 building built. But if you want to build a second temple, for example here, you need to have 1 of each building built. So I wouldn't be able to do it because I'm missing a yellow building. Alright, so I'm going to build this one. Actually, should I wait? Let me look at my hand again. 3 of my color. I don't even have 1 of those on the board, but I'm very close to getting 2. So that's going to be 6 points. Yeah, you know what? Let me do it. I'm going to build that here. It's going to cost me 1 of each resource. 1 of each. Let's put them here. And now I get to put a temple on any of my spots on the board. I mean, at this point of the game, it doesn't really matter. I think I'll put it right here. And there you go. That was my turn. I built the temple. Next turn I might have to make an offering because I only got 2 cards left, or well, it's going to be very expensive because I don't have the stone for this. So we'll see what happens. I'll come back. Okay, so recap. Blue built a temple as well. So he's following my footsteps. And green built a military unit here, stole a VP from me, and moved his military unit closer. I guess he's trying to steal this from me or something. And we'll see how that turns out. So back to me. This is going to be a fast turn. I only have 2 cards, and I don't really want to play them. I do want to get resources, and I don't have any production buildings left, so I'm going to make an offering to the green god here for 2. Thankfully I have a temple on top. I'm going to do this. Pay 2. So let's do discard. So I'm going to take 2 resources of my choice. What don't I produce? I produce pretty much everything except for maybe wood. I'm not really... Well, I do produce wood there. I don't know. Let's take... oh, I generate for wheat. So let me take 1 wheat and 1 wood. There you go. Sure, why not? We'll do that, and then we will draw our 5 cards. And there's our turn. Let's see, do we get something good? Do we get something good? Ah, maybe. We'll see. Let's do blue's turn. Okay, blue built a production building, and green did an offering to the green god. Oh well, I got him some resources. So, these are my fresh new cards I just got last turn. So let's go through them, quick. So this lets me activate a red card. Ooh, that's not bad. This one lets me steal 2 VPs from a barbarian village. If I have an army there, I can take 2 VPs from there. But if I'm gonna win it anyway, kind of pointless. What's this one? Choose a swamp, get clay. At the end of the game, 4 VP for every mountain I have. How many mountains am I on? I'm on 1. And that's it. I could try to go over here, which is going to get 2. But mountain doesn't seem great for me right now. So that's not great. And oh, for each stone. I could generate a lot of stone. I mean, I do have this building that generates me 4 buildings on a stone piece. So if I load up this space here full of buildings and then generate a production, I'm going to generate a ton of stone. So that one's not bad. Alright, so what do I got here? What do I want to build? What do I want to build? I could activate this and finally put out one of my yellow buildings, because I'm going to need to build another yellow building eventually to build a second temple, and this is my only option, so I guess I'll build it. So let's go to my tableau. Place it here. This is going to be one of these buildings, which I have, and it's going to be quite expensive. So it's 2 coins, a wood, and a clay. 2 coins, a wood, and a clay. So I get to put this on the game board. Where do I want to put it? And I think I'm just going to keep putting a ton of things on here. So if I build a production or do a production action, I'm going to generate 3 stone right here. Alright, there you go. So now I'm going to trigger that ability. So I'm going to come here. So I get to trigger a red card, and it's either move all my armies or steal $2 from somebody I'm next to. See, I'm here. I can steal from green, which is, I think, what I'm going to do. I can't steal from blue because none of my armies are next to blue. So that's what I'll do. I'll steal 2 gold from green. There you go. I am rich, but I got no resources left, which sucks. And there you go, that's my turn. We'll go to blue. Okay, well, we're getting close to the end. Blue built a ship, got that stuff, and green built another building there. So in reality, as soon as somebody built a ship here, this is going to score no matter what. And then we'll have 1 turn left. So I don't have any ships on my hand, so I can't do it. But maybe somebody else will. We'll see. We're all around there too, so anyone can do that. But maybe they don't want to, because then I will score their points. Maybe they're going to delay it so they can move some warriors in closer. Who knows? Alright, so what do I got here? I got my 2 temples. I got a production building here, but I can't really build any of these because I don't have any of those building types available. And I got a siege tower here that's kind of pointless. So what I think I'm going to do is get some resources, so maybe I'll build a temple next turn. This is each of my stone, which isn't bad. My mountains. I think what I'm gonna do is keep the one that generates for stone. And what I'm gonna do, oh no, but I'm gonna spend my stone when I build my temple. Oh boy, how many stone? I could race here. This is just a 4-point card for me, which isn't the best. I mean, I could get rid of all my cards and try to get lucky. Sure, let's do that. I'm gonna play the luck game. Here you go. I'm gonna discard all 4 cards. I'm gonna make an offering to the green god, so it's gonna be resources. So I'm gonna get one of my tokens first. So I'm gonna get this. Then I get 4 resources. Then I'm gonna do one of everything. Sure. So if I get a temple, I'll be able to build it. One of everything. There you go. So that's gonna get ready for a temple down here. Alright, that was a quick turn. I'll be back. Alright, so blue did the same thing as I did. He worshipped the green god, and green built another of these buildings down here because he's gonna build a temple next turn for clay. So he's already on 2 clay. He's gonna see if he can get down here. But unfortunately, what they don't know is I think I'm gonna trigger the end game because I think I'm gonna build a boat right here because I will win this pot of points right here. So which of these boats do I want to build? This lets me sell clay, which is not something I want to do. Come on. This allows me to get resources for money, which is really tempting for me because I mean, at the end of the game, you score 2 points if you own the most of a certain resource, so that can get me the leg up on everyone. And this one will let me sell stone, which I'm not a fan of right now. So yeah, let me do that. So I'm gonna build this thing. So I do have the token. It's gonna cost me 1 wood and 1 wheat. So obviously I'm gonna build it right over here. And what that's going to do is we're going to pause the game. We're going to see this is completely full and there's warriors around it. I have the most warriors. Doesn't matter if green is there. So I'm going to get all these points. Sweet. Now I'll go back to my... Oh, there is one more there. Oops, sorry. We need one more boat to trigger the end game. I'm blind. Alright, so it's not going to end right now. Alright, and now I get to trigger all my cards in order. So I get to sell my wheat for a point. I might as well because I'm going to get a ton of resources now. So I'll sell this wheat for a point. There you go. And now I'm going to do that action 2 times in a row. So I'm going to give up 6 coins. So I'll give up a 10 and take back 4. And I get to take any 6 resources I want. Well, you know what? Looking at everyone else's board, what I'm not going to take is stone because I'm going to generate a ton of stone maybe next turn. I'm going to take a combination of everything else. So let me take 2 wood, 2 wheat, 1 clay, and let me generate another wheat. There you go. Boom. That's my my stash of resources. So at the end of the game, for every resource, whoever has the most is going to score 2 points, and whoever has the most money is going to also score 2 points. I'm looking really good right there. Let's go do blue and we'll be back. Well, if blue or green built a boat there, then it'll trigger the end game because then this will disappear. Alright, blue prayed for some more buildings using the red guy, and green built a temple. So we all have 1 temple on the board. So back up to me. What did I want to do actually? I don't even remember. I did maybe want to build one of these buildings so I can have 2. So I can build another temple. I already have 1 of each, so that's okay. Let's see. What can make me score some money? So this will let me score for wood. There's a way for me to trigger my production buildings. That would be great, but I don't have a production card, so that's not good. Gain a building, not the best right now. To be fair, I don't like any of my cards. They're kind of terrible for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna keep any of them. I'm just gonna trade them all in for the yellow god. Make an offering, so 4. It's gonna be a super fast turn. I'm gonna end up drawing 9 cards off the top of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I don't even know if I have any of these buildings. Yeah, I do have one left. I'm going to take one of these. Put in my tableau. And there you go. That was a quick turn. I'll be back. Okay, well, blue built some stuff. I don't remember what he built. It doesn't really matter. Green built another military unit, moved some stuff around. So now he's on his 3 swamp areas. So he's going to score his 12 points because of his temple. I already know that, because I'm looking at his board, that next turn he's going to trigger the end game by building a ship here. So this is going to score. So I'm going to have 2 turns left. So looking at my hand, I think I'm going to build a temple for sure, because that's going to score me the most points. And I got some pretty awesome ones. So this one, I'm going to score 2 points for every 3 of my gold. I'm rich, so this is like 12 points for me. This is 4 for every temple. It's going to be my second temple, so that's 8 points. And then here, if I have any regions of 4, I'm going to score 4 points. I'm going to have a region of 4 here, and I might have another region of 4 if I build my temple there and then build another space into it, so that's 4. But I think what I'm going to do, because it's so obvious, just get the gold one, because I'm filthy rich. So let's build that. So I'll build it here. So the requirement for my second temple is having 1 of each building type, which I do have. So this is going to be 1 of every resource. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Build 1 of each. That's going to allow me to build a temple. Where do I want to put it? Sure, let me just keep stacking it up in here in case I want to build a card at the end of the game that lets me score for type of buildings in a region. So there you go. So when I come back, it'll be my last turn for sure, because green's going to end up building a ship here and blue's going to score those points, but I'll show you my last turn. Okay, well, it's my last go. This is all gone. So all the barbarian villages have been raided, and it was done by the last player, so it finished that turn order, and now we each get 1 extra turn. So looking at my hand, I can't build another temple because I don't have 2 of every building, so those ones are gone. So let's just get rid of them. Pointless. Let's see. Where can I get the most victory points? I could just generate resources maybe to get a stranglehold on the extra 2 points for every resource at the end of the game, and I think that's what I'll do, because nothing else really generates me points. Yeah, my blue cards not really great. More cards I don't need. Another quarry I don't need, and my warriors suck. So I'm gonna build this. So I'll just dump my hand because it's useless right now. So let's go to my player board. I'm gonna generate a ton of resources too. So I'm gonna build this. It's 1 stone and 1 wheat. Oh, I don't have a stone, so I'm gonna have to pay $4 for that. But I do have a wheat, so I'm gonna do this and $4. Get rid of 5. Take that 1 back. So now let's me build this on the game board. Obviously, I'll go into a mountain because of that card. And this is what I paid with the coins. So now I get to trigger all my cards in order. So here, it's all the buildings in a space. I get that much stone. So I go here, I get 4 stone here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm gonna win the stone race, that's for sure. And now something of my choice, then wheat. So something of my choice. Looking at everyone else's tableau, I think I'm gonna take an extra wheat as well, so I can gain the advantage in wheat. So I'm gonna gain 2 wheat, because I do have a production. No, I do have a production here in wheat, so I'm gonna produce in wheat, and then pick this place to produce in wheat again. So that's gonna be 2 wheat. So I'm leading in wheat. Although wait, I'm already leading in wheat. So if I get wood instead, because nobody else has wood, so I'm gonna put that back to get a wood. All right, and then my last one is 2 stone for every production building I have in stone. That's another 2. So that's sorry, that's an extra 4. So my God, I got so much stone. Guaranteed to win the stone race here. Okay, so I'm gonna go do the other 2 players' turn, and then I'll come tally up my final score. Alright, well, we're all done our actions. This is the end game, so let's just score the extra points from our resources. So at end game, you'll score 2 points for every single one that you're ahead of. So I'm only leading in 2, surprisingly. Somebody else beat me in clay and wood. So I'm going to gain 4 points for this, and I do have the most money, so I'll get 6 extra points. Alright. So now you're gonna tally up. So I have to score my temples. So I'm gonna score everyone's temples and then I'll come back to see who won. So just to show you how this works. This is gonna give me 2 VP for every 3 gold. I'm at 14. So this is gonna give me 4 points. Sorry, 2 points for every 3. So this is gonna be divided by 4. So 4 times 2 is gonna be 8 points. And then here it's for every region that I have at least 3 buildings in. So I'm gonna have 1, 2 only. So that's 2. So it's gonna be 6. So it's gonna be 8 plus 6. That's 14 points. So I'm gonna take 15. Put back a 1. So there's my endgame score. It's 30, 40, 43. Is that good enough? I don't know. I'll go score the other guys and I'll be back. Oh, and I won by 1 point. So I had 43. Oops. 43. Player 2 had 42 and player 3 had 40. So it's a very, very close game. I managed to squeak it out by 1 whole point. Probably one stupid move that I made with one of them. Anyway, so that's the game. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one.